Alright, hello Blood Bowl fans, to the Rebel and anybody else who happens to be watching this game. So, Gman has literally just rolled. So a lot of the teams probably haven't had a chance to look at their updates yet, but I wanted to have a look at it because I'm pretty short on time and I have a bit of time now, so I'm going to do it. First of all, in the matchup between myself and Green Concede, which is a bye week, of course ended in a 2-0 win for my team, the Real Wash Dragons. Madrat's Furry Road managed to beat the Crimson Horns 3-1, which was a bit of a mismatch, but the Skaven are still surprisingly... well, not surprisingly. The Skaven are still obviously doing very, very well. The other bye week went to the Undead Bears. They of course won 2-0 as well. We'll have a look at that in a moment. And as I understand, this was also an admin win, unfortunately. Basically a bye week because Hilo's been away. So Infection Inc. went 2-0 against Hilo. Squatford FC managed to beat Abhoy Rollingern 2-1. This is my opponent for next week. This week. Probably tomorrow. And... no, this is my opponent. Sorry, I've made the exact same mistake I did before. This is not my opponent. My opponent is Atletico Reptiles, and they also won 2-1, so same story. Against the Norse team, Nordic Nublitz. And finally, Filbo's Fighting Fist beat Black and Wrecker. Let's have a look at the first game, my game, in one take though. So, with the bye win, I actually had enough to replace the blitzer that I originally fired. I now have 4 blitzers again, 3 blockers, and I'm going to be playing with 4 loner peasants, which isn't really such a big deal. There's not much difference between a peasant and a loner peasant, because basically I just use them for maneuvering. I don't really roll a lot of dice for them, generally speaking. I feel like I'm tripping over my words a bit, so sorry if I am. Off the back of this game, I actually got 2 level ups as well. Both of them are blocker. Llewellyn and Caradog both leveled up. Llewellyn rolled double 1s, so I gave him dodge. Thought about it for a little while, but I decided on dodge in the end, because there's not enough dodge in this team. 1 more dodge can't hurt. And Caradog rolled normals, and he's been given Mighty Blow. Nothing else new to report in this team. Kind of tempted to buy a cheerleader and a coach system, but I may keep the 20,000 just in case I can use it for some extra inducements. And having a look at the actual history very quickly, the SPP went to Keith, Gwilym, Llewellyn, and Caradog. Llewellyn and Keith both got man of the match. That's a blitzer. No, there's 2 blockers. Right, one of them didn't level up though. And Gwilym is a blitzer and Caradog is the other blocker, so there we go. That's where the SPP went. That's it for the first game. Okay, I forgot to mention what I usually remember to mention, so I will mention it now. I don't do this with the backing of the Rebel itself. I do this as my own entity to give the team the league some representation. I'm actually an ambassador from another league. So if you do want to watch the full rundown that is specifically made by Rebel itself, watch Bleeding Hippies videos. They're very good. They're very long, but they're very good. He actually goes into more detail than me usually as well, so it's always worth watching him. I just look at Division 3, whereas he looks at Division 1 and 3, and he goes into a lot more detail than I do. So it's always worth checking out Bleeding Hippies videos instead of or after you've watched mine. So game number 2 was Fatten's Madrat Fury Roads against the Crimson Horns. I don't remember the coach off the top of my head. Sorry, coach for Crimson Horns, but I'm quite new to Rebel. We had 3 touchdowns on the Rat side, 10 armor breaks, and MVP on a lineman that has a niggle, I guess. Though this could be anything when I think about it. Could have been earned this game. And the Crimson Horns had 1 touchdown, 11 arm breaks. So that's a really, really strongly rat-favoured game, which is quite interesting. And in terms of SPP, we've got 9, 14, 16 against 12. 16 against 12. So let's have a look at the teams. Starting with the Skaven. Don't think this Mighty Blow is here before. Actually, certain this Mighty Blow wasn't here before, so that's new. And then Block wasn't here before either. Yeah, this is the piece that actually leveled up from the MVP, I think. And I think that's it. I think everything else was here before. He has got 110,000 to spend, so we may see one more rat. He has actually got a 12-man roster. We may see it go to 13, though it's hard to tell. Can't really see him spending the money on anything else though, so Unless he saves it, of course. He doesn't have to spend it. It doesn't affect his TV at the moment. So that's basically it for Mad Rat's Fury Road, and they were playing against the Crimson Horns, who haven't done any of their level ups yet. But let's have a look what did level up. Just the one Chaos Warrior that hasn't rolled yet. The Agility plus Chaos Warrior that hasn't rolled yet. I must say, I'm really not looking forward to playing this team. There's a lot of strength skills here. There's a lot of Mighty Blow. The game is going to hurt against this team. There's only one claw. Oh no, there's two claw. Yeah, it's going to hurt against this team when I finally do get to play them. But it's going to be fun nonetheless. They do have 80,000 that they can spend on a piece if they want. It actually looks like they are down to 10. Yes, they are, so they could buy one more beast if they want to. Though that would give them a 12-man roster. I don't know if he wants to build a team that way. This guy is new because I remember that they were down to a 10-man roster before, and I was saying that we're probably going to see a rookie. Here he is. He's finally joined. And obviously the only level up is the Chaos Warrior that hasn't been looked at yet, so don't have much else to say on game number 2. Let's move on to game number 3. Game number 3 was also an admin win for the Undeady Bears, and both whites got MVP. And this one actually leveled up from it. And of course there were 2 touchdowns as well, so let's see where they went. Michael Jackson actually got the MVP and the touchdown, and the other touchdown went to Cher. I don't know who Cher is, we'll find out in a second. Cher is a ghoul and hasn't leveled up, so Michael Jackson is the only level up, and he has yet to roll because the buy has literally just happened. The roll has literally just happened, so not surprising he hasn't had a chance to look at his team yet. We got 280,000 to spend. That's definitely going to go somewhere. We may see the 4th ghoul. That sounds like something that could potentially happen, but he's going to have to spend some of it because it's really adding to his TV at the moment, so we're going to see it spent somewhere, that's for certain. Can he spend it on the club? Yeah, he can spend it on the club. He hasn't done much with the club yet, so that's another option, just to get the numbers down a little bit. And nothing else to look at there, really. Nope, that's it for game number 3. I'm doing this quite quickly, sorry, but I don't have a lot of time this week, so I'm just getting it out at least a little bit. Game number 4 was also an admin win, and we saw Noble Warrior and Rotter got MVP, and we have Twisty and Plank Spanker, which is a fantastic name, getting the touchdowns between them. So let's have a look at the Infection Inc. team. Just Stu actually leveled up off the back of it. Again, this is literally just rolled, so the coach hasn't had a chance to look at his team. Though the team is developing very nicely. 2 lots of guard, 3 lots of block. Pestigores are looking good too, especially this scary one here. Yeah, developing very nicely. I like this Nurgle team. I don't know how the hell I managed to keep them to a... was it a 1-0? No, it was a 2-1 game, wasn't it? I don't know how I managed to keep them to a 2-1 game, but I did. So, there we go. And Rotter level up is quite nice. We can do some crazy things with Rotter level up, I guess. Though probably going to be sensible and take something like Wrestle or Block. And the High Elves basically lost by a concede, so there's going to be nothing new there. I'm not even going to look at them, to be honest. 170,000 to spend, though. He wants to spend that on something. Could also use it on Club. But he's going to have to spend it to keep his TV down a little bit. So that's it for game number 4. Alright, in game number 5 we had the Humans, Abhoy Rollingen, taking on Squatford FC, one of the 2 lizard teams, and it looks like the Humans got off on the bad side of this match. We actually had a death as well, which is pretty hard. Lineman got MVP, but he was a rookie. We had 1 touchdown, 4 armor breaks. Yeah, not a lot on the statistics side for the Humans. And the Lizards had a much better game, with Saurus getting MVP, but probably not leveling up. 2 touchdowns, 9 armor breaks, and there was some fouling because we have an expulsion. Let's have a look then. Maybe that beast did level up actually. 7, no, he was already leveled. Okay. So 7, 10, 15 against 10. Not bad actually for a game that didn't have a lot of stats on the side. And having a look at the human team, we had a 5 and a 5. This was the 1-5, and this was the other 5, so no level ups on this team. We got 50,000 to spend. Could buy a lineman if they really want to, but I don't really see that happening. And this team is looking nice. I mean, we've got the guard block catcher who's pretty scary, and we've got 2 lots of guard and mighty blow. Interesting he went guard. Interesting that he went the 2 lots of guard before he went the 2 lots of mighty blow, but fair enough. No, nothing really to report on this particular team. I'm not sure what the def was though. I guess the def was a lineman. So we may well see a lineman replacement if there was 14 players before. Is anything obviously missing? Awful blitzer here, ogre. I don't think there was a furrow on this team. There may have been 4 catches. Is that an option? There may have been a 4th catcher actually. I think there was. Maybe a catcher died. That hurts. Okay, we may not see another purchase this week then. We may be saving for the 4th catcher again. I don't know why, but I think there was a 4th catcher, so I think that's what's died, unfortunately. And his opponent, which was Squatford FC, where are they? There they are. The Lizardmen. They have 120 in the bank as well. And they're down to 4, 6, 10, 11. They've got 11 players, so they've got a full roster. A skink is out with, I guess, the minus agility is from that match. Yeah, that's a hard one. He's just been given block. He's been given block. Yeah, it's a hard fire. I know the feeling. You can replace him though. I'd can him if it was me. But there we go. And a quick replacement. The Judagid is still here. He's not dead yet, so he's still alive and kicking, which is nice to see. And diving tackle was already there. I don't think anything is new. No, I don't think so. I don't think anything is new. We've got pretty much all the Saurus leveled. Oh yeah, that Saurus died and was replaced by Lona, replaced by another one if I remember rightly. If I don't remember rightly, then we've just got the 6th rookie Saurus, that's fine. Yeah, this team is looking a little bit worrisome. I wish I'd played this team a little bit earlier. I'm not looking forward to facing 2 lots of leveled up lizards. But there we go, we'll see how that goes. Interesting to see if he fires this piece or not. Minus agility on a skink is an automatic fire for me, but it hasn't happened yet, so it might not happen. He has 120,000 to spend though. We may well see another skink come in. Who knows? We'll see what happens. That's it for game number 5. Game 6 saw the other lizard team, Atletico Reptiles, my opponent for next week, taking on the Norse team, Nordic Nublitz. And we got 2 touchdowns, 14 armor breaks, 2 expulsions, so fouling here as well, with an injured Saurus getting MVP and leveling up. Then a lineman, gerbera, Islamic admin. Islamic? No, sorry, Israeli admin. Sorry, that was a bad slip. Israeli admin got MVP, but hasn't leveled up off the back of it. So we have 2 touchdowns, 14 armor breaks, and 2 expulsions. I've already said that, and 1 touchdown, 1 pass, and 14 armor breaks from the Norse team. I got a bit thrown by my mistake there. We got 11 on the lizard team, and we've got 10, 13, 15 on the Norse team. Right, let's have a look at the teams then. I'm thinking about editing it out, that's the problem, but I'm probably going to leave it in, so I'm just going to apologise to gerbera for that. That was a slip of the tongue, it wasn't intentional. So my opponent for next week, we have block on the injured Saurus. That Saurus is actually out this week. He's on MNG, yes he is. I don't think there's anything new on the skinks, and I think all the other Saurai and the Crocs was already leveled up, so this lizard team is slightly less scary than the other team, but my Bretonian team is not scary at all, so any team that my Bretonians play is scary at the moment, and this team is scary. Though maybe the 2 dodge pieces are going to help me, and maybe the mighty blow is going to help me, especially if I get to punch a skink. Well, we'll see. So nothing else new on this team. They do have 100,000 to spend though, so theoretically They could take a skink if they want to, but I don't really see the point. They may as well keep the cash. And their opponent was the Norse team, Nordic Nooblets. Yeah, let's see if anything's jumping out at me here. I think this tackle is new. I don't think that was there before. I'm fairly certain that wasn't there before, so this tackle is new. And then kick, I think, was there before, but kick might be new as well. And yeah, nothing else is jumping out as new, so everything else seems to be the same. Yeah, nothing new to report in here. They have no money, so they must have spent that somewhere, actually. Is there a new lineman, maybe? No. Ah, Flash the Runner might be new. I guess he is, because he has no SPP at all. There's a good chance that Flash is brand new, so that's probably a new player. But he's in an awkward place just to confuse us all when we're doing these videos. But there we go. Yeah, nothing else is new here. I guess that's it for game number 6. Let's move on to the last game. And in the last game we had Black and Wrecker facing Bilbo's Fighting Fist. So we've got 8 armor breaks and expulsion for Chaos Dwarves, some fouling on the Chaos Dwarf side. And MVP does give him a level up, I guess. No, he could have had 7. No, it doesn't necessarily give him a level up. And the Orcs, we got 1 touchdown, 1 pass, 13 armor breaks, and 2 expulsions, so potentially more fouling, or at least equal fouling on both sides here. And a Blitzer got man of the match, which is always good to see. We got 7 against 7, 9, 13. Let's have a look at the teams then. So, Black and Wrecker. We have a Chaos Dwarf out with minus agility. That happened last game, yeah? Yes, it did. And other than that... I think he actually did buy another Hobgoblin in the end. Really? Yeah, I think there were only 4 before and now there are 5. So maybe there's a new Hobgoblin as well, or maybe I'm going mad. One or the other. Either way is completely fine. The Bull Centers were the same. Chaos Dwarfs were all the same. Yeah, nothing else new to report here. And having a look at the opponent then... no, that's the same team. Having a look at the opponent, the Orc team, Filbo's Fighting Fist. 130,000 to spend. They haven't had a chance to look at their team yet, so they've got the Rook, who's leveled up, not rolled yet, and they've got Duke, who's leveled up and not rolled yet. Assuming normals, I'd be surprised not to see Mighty Blow here. And assuming normals, I would be surprised not to see Mighty Blow, Guard, or Block here. Probably Guard, because there's not a lot of Guard in the team. But we'll see what he uses. And he has 130,000 to spend. Could take a lineman if he wants to. Could take a goblin, that could be fun. But no, that doesn't look like it's a goblin team. I don't think he's going to spend that, to be honest. He doesn't need to yet, so that's all for that team. And let's move on to the leaderboard in one take here. So, leaderboard so far. We've got 3 teams at the top with 4 wins each still. Infinite Pink with his Infection Ink. Undead with the Undeady Bears. And Mad Rats, Furry Road, the Skaven team, all with 4 wins apiece. In second place, we've got Filbert Baggins Orcs with 3 wins and 1 draw. In third place, we've got Doc Mark with his Lizardmen, Atletico Reptiles with 3 wins and 1 loss. In fourth place, Bainesy's Norse with 2 wins, 2 losses. Then joint fifth, we've got a 3-way tie, Human Chaos Dwarf and High Elf, Hilo, Ken and Dingo with 1-1-2. Then we've got a 3-way tie again, including myself. Stabble Dice and Tom Bombadil, Lizardman Chaos and Bretonians with 1 win and 3 losses. I'm finally not at the bottom of the list because I won a bye. It's kind of sad, but there we go. My team's looking at least in a little bit better shape now. Let's have a look at the matches this week coming though. Squatford FC get a bye week, which is nice for the Lizards. They can get a little bit more development on their team. The Norse take on the Noble. That one's a hard one to call because they're both so well developed. I'll put that one down to a draw. The Orcs take on the Undead. Both teams are kind of scary, so hard to say there. Yeah, I'll give it to the Orcs just because I like Orcs. No other reason really. Though I think the Undead is actually maybe in a slightly better position in terms of development. Black and Wrecker against the Crimson Horns, that's going to be a difficult matchup for Black and Wrecker, but I don't know, Crimson Horns have been having a rough time, so hard to say. And then I'm taking on Atletico Reptiles. I'd be pretty surprised if Dockmark doesn't manage to win this game, but you never know. We'll give it our full Welsh heart, that's all I can really do. The Humans against the Rats. Can't look past the Rats, they've been having such a good season, they haven't lost a game yet. And Bad Bitches also get a bye, so I think the High Elves might win that matchup. That's it for this roundup. It was quicker than normal. I didn't have a lot of time because I'm going away for a week, but I wanted to get this in at least as quickly as possible. So thank you guys for watching. Do check out Bleeding Hippies video when it comes up, probably in a couple of days. It's always more in-depth than mine, and he seems to take notes before, so he's actually able to see what's happening, or maybe people tell him, I don't know, but that all looks good, and it's always worth watching him instead of or as well as me. Thank you guys for watching, good luck on the pitch, and may Nuffle smile at you all. Bye bye for now.